I'm Chiku from Chiku Study Corner, and today we'll be dealing with the part 3 of surface chemistry. If you haven't watched the part 1 and part 2, make sure you watch it and then continue watching. So this is CBSE class 12 chemistry, so let's get into the chapter. So now today we've learned about the word mixture in our lower classes, so let's write. Mixtures are of 3 types. We have learned that also in our lower classes. So first one is solutions, second one is colloids, third one is suspensions. So solutions are homogeneous, colloids are heterogeneous, and even suspensions are heterogeneous. Just talk about the particle size of each of these. Particle size of the solutions is like lesser than 1 nanometer. So, and over here for colloids it's from 1 to 1000 nanometers, and over here it is greater than 1000 nanometers. Okay, so over here now we have to learn about the the solutions. Is it will the particle settle under gravity or not? Over here for solutions, it won't settle under gravity. The particles in the solution would not settle under gravity. Even for colloids, it does not settle under gravity. But for suspension, it settles at gravity because the particle size is bigger, and so in the long run or when time passes due to gravity, the particles in the mixture would come and settle in the bottom. Okay? So this is to talk about mixtures. And in this chapter, we are going to deal only about colloids. We are learning about solutions in one chapter. Now we are learning about colloids. Let's see. So to talk about colloids, we know that a solution a solution is made up of two particles. No, one is solution is made up of what? Solute and solvent. Even the colloids is made up of something like that. So for colloids, it has 2 substances. So the first one is dispersed phase. Second one is dispersed medium. So dispersed phase is very similar to our solute. Okay. Dispersion medium is a solvent. It is similar to a solvent. Okay. You don't say as solute and solvent for colloids. You say it as dispersed phase and dispersed medium, or dispersion phase and dispersion medium. So now we learn about what is the dispersed phase, dispersed medium of various things in detail. So I'll give an example. Before that, dispersed phase of a colloid will have lower amount of it. Okay, the one with less amount is usually the dispersed phase, and the dispersed medium is one in larger amount. Okay. So dispersed phase is the colloidal particles. Okay. And the dispersion medium or dispersed medium is for the medium or the medium in which the dispersed phase is present, or the colloidal particles is dispersed. Okay, that is the dispersion medium. So now let's learn about colloids in detail. To talk about colloids have some characteristic features. We'll discuss the characteristic features. We're discussing 3 characteristic features. So the first one is colloids, the particle size or the particles could be seen with the naked eye. Second one, it does not settle under gravity. It doesn't settle under gravity. And the third point is, it cannot be filtered, but it can be filtered using SPM. Okay, that is suspended particle matter filter papers. Okay, this is a special one used to filter colloids. Now we will discuss about the classification. So the first classification is based on what? The state of the dispersed phase and dispersion medium. Okay, so this is the first classification. You know what all kinds of states do we like? What all do we know? The three main states are solid, liquids, and gases. So let's see. So first one is, let's discuss about the dispersion medium being solid. Okay, solid. And this is the dispersion phase. This is solid, liquid, gas. Okay, now is a type. This is solid sol, this is sol, and this is aerosol. So the examples for solid sol is like colored glass pieces or colored gems, and for solid liquid, it's sol. The example is cell, what is a fluid inside a cell, and then aerosol is smoke. Okay, now we'll discuss about the dispersion medium being liquid. Okay, so let's rub. So over here I didn't rub aerosol because the type of the type that comes under the liquid and gas dispersion medium and dispersion phase respectively is also called as aerosols. And liquid solid, that is dispersion medium is a liquid and the dispersion phase is a solid, it is known as gel. Okay, for dispersion medium being liquid and dispersion phase being liquid, it's emulsion. Example for gel is jellies. Okay, it can be cheese, jellies, etc. For emulsion it is milk, butter, etc. And for aerosol it's fog, mist and all. Okay, now we have to know about the dispersion medium being a gas. Okay, a gas. So we'll talk about this gas and solid as dispersion medium and dispersion phase respectively. It is actually a solid sol. Okay, and gas and liquid together, when they come, they become foam. Okay, foam. And this is actually not there. We don't have to learn about this. So let's rub this gas, dispersion medium and dispersion phase. An example of solid stone is pumic stones. Okay, pumic stone is an example for solid stone. For foam, we know lather of a soap, or there are so many things that make lather, whipping cream, etc. So this is to talk about the classification based on the states of dispersion phase and dispersion medium. Okay. Now we learn about what is hydrosol, what is alkosol, etc. So first one is hydrosol. It is also known as aquasol. Okay. So over here, what does a hydrosol or aquasol mean? That is the dispersion medium. The dispersion medium would be water. Okay. For example, let's take starch sol, gold sol. There are so many examples. We'll take two. For starch salt, what is the two dispersion phase and dispersion medium? Dispersion medium is in the bottom and dispersion phase comes in the top. Okay, that's how I'm writing. So over here it's starch and this is water. And over here what is this? This is gold and this is water. So over here both the cases the dispersion medium is H2O, water. Implies what? That is aqua salt or hydrosol. Okay? Now we have to learn about alkosol. So let's see what's alkosol. Alkosol is also the same, like no, if aquasol is for water, then what is alkosol for? That is. So hydrosol was what? That was a colloid with the dispersion medium as water. That is hydrosol. And then so what is alkosol? Alcohol is something that it is related to alcohol. So what does it mean? It means that the dispersion medium of that is alcohol. Okay? Example for this is we learned about something known as tincture iodine. That is 2 to 3%. 2 to 3% of iodine in alcohol water solution. Okay? So that is what is called as alkosol. So next we have to learn about the next classification. The next classification is based on the interaction between the dispersed phase and dispersion medium. Okay? So there are two types of that. Okay, we have to learn two categories. One is lyophobic and the second one is lyophilic. Okay, so we'll write there are two types. So this is lyophilic, lyophobic. So we'll learn about them. For lyophilic, what is the first point? What does the word philic means? That is, what do you say? Attraction or loving. So this is attraction. And phobic means fear. So when you fear something, you will repel or you will move away from it. So this is fear. So for lyophobic, first point that we have to learn is they have very strong, what do you say, bond. They form very strong interaction. So they have very strong bonds between what? Between dispersion phase and dispersion medium. Whereas over here you can say the force of attraction is not there, or there is no, what do you say, strong bond, or there is no bond between these particles, that is dispersion phase and dispersion medium in lyophobic category. So next we have to learn about the second point. That is, the second point is if you have a colloidal particle, a colloid with you, and you have separated the dispersion phase and dispersion medium. So over here, by simple mixing you can recreate the colloid, whereas over here there are special chemical reactions for the same. Okay, so this is the second point of to talk about the lyophilic or lyophobic colloids. The next one is lyophilic colloids are reversible, whereas lyophobic are irreversible. Okay, so the next one is they are they are stable. No, lyophilic is like they are having a strong bond, so they are stable and hence does not coagulate or does not precipitate, whereas over here it is unstable and hence it will coagulate easily. So this is the two types, and we have to learn about these special reactions. We'll learn it later. So now we have another classification of colloids. So the next classification of colloids that we have to learn, depending on the type of what? Dispersion phase. Okay, so we have to learn about three of them. So depending on the dispersion phase, there are three types of, you are classifying colloids into three. So first one is multi-molecular. This is macromolecular and associated colloids. So this is multimolecular colloids, macromolecular colloids and associated colloids. So first we learn about multimolecular. What do you mean by the word multi? Multi means not one, it's a lot of them. It's a number of things. So multimolecular is when the dispersion medium, let's take, this is the colloid where you mix these things. This is the dispersion phase, the dispersion medium. So when the dispersion phase is put into the suitable dispersion medium, what happens? These colloidal particles have a size lesser than 1 nanometer. So this is the size of what? A true solution. A true solution has a size of 1 nanometer. So over here what is it? So this is actually a particle size of a true solution. So when it is put in the required or when it is put in the suitable dispersion medium, what happens is this will come together to form they'll aggregate and then they'll form the molecules. So what happens? When it is in the correct or when it's in the suitable dispersion medium, they aggregate and will show colloidal nature. Okay, so this is what is multimolecular. The next one is macromolecular. Okay, we learn about macromolecular. What does the word macro means? We know what is micronutrients and macronutrients. What is micronutrients? The nutrients that you need in small amount. Macronutrients, the nutrients you need in large amount. So from that you can understand macro means huge or large or big. Okay, so we learn about macromolecular. So over here I am taking up, this is my dispersion phase and this is my dispersion medium. So if this dispersion phase is put into the suitable dispersion medium, it is put in the suitable dispersion medium, what happens? This is like more than 1000 nanometers. Okay, when this is put into the suitable dispersion medium, this will disintegrate. Okay, this will come here. When it is still here, this will be the same size. When it is falling inside, it will separate into colloidal particle sizes and then it will show the properties of a colloid. Okay, so this is macromolecular colloids and then we have to learn about associated colloids. So now we have, what do you say, let's take the beaker and you have a dispersion phase and the dispersion medium also. The dispersion phase is over here. When the dispersion phase is introduced to the dispersion medium at low concentration, what happens? Like this should be the desirable or the suitable one itself. Then what, at low concentration it will act as a very good electrolyte, a good or a strong. You don't say good electrolyte, you say strong electrolyte. And at higher concentration, what will happen? It will have this colloidal particle nature. It will act as a colloid. So at higher concentration, it will form, it will come together and aggregate to form a colloidal size. So that is called micelles. So now we learn what is micelles. So the word is micelles. That is the aggregation or what do you say, the cluster of colloidal particles coming together is known as micelles. Okay. So this micelles happens at a particular concentration. Okay. That concentration is called something beyond that concentration. Beyond the concentration of micelle formation is called as critical micelle concentration. Okay. And the temperature at which micelles start forming is known as the Kraft temperature. Okay. So an example for associated, colloids are soap learned about soaps and detergents in brief. Okay, you're not learning it in detail. So, soap or detergents are the examples. So, we have learned about one soap, a formula. What is that? C17H35 COONA. So, we have learned in a smaller class soap form micelles. The same micelles is what the colloid also forms. Okay, this is actually an example for associated colloids. So, over here, a soap has a, sorry, this is towards the opposite side. So, over here we know a soap has a hydrophilic end and a hydrophobic end. We learned that also in our lower classes. So, this is known as the tail of the soap or the detergent, and this is the head. The head is the hydrophilic and the tail is the hydrophobic. So, what do you mean by hydrophobic? It's afraid of water. It has a fear of water. Hydrophilic, it has an affinity towards water. So what happens? This case, okay, which is the tail? The tail is C17H35. COONA is the hydrophilic end. So what happens is the cleaning action of soap is like this. Okay, I'll show you. And this hydrophobic end is actually dirt attractive or dirt. It has an affinity towards dirt. So let's take this to be our cloth, and this is our dirt. Okay, the oily dirt. So what happens is the tail, I told you tail is attracted towards the dirt. So it has an affinity towards dirt. So it will come and attach to the dirt. And this is the head of the soap, individual molecules. So what happens over here? These molecules, since this is the dirt, no, this is dirty, and this has affinity towards water. The head has affinity towards water. What will it do? It will be pulled towards the outside, towards the water. The water will pull it because it's hydrophilic. The head is hydrophilic. So what is the head trying to do? It is trying to pull the tail also. The tail along with the dirt is moved. And what happens? Now the cleaning action takes place and the dirt is also removed. The oil and the dirt together is removed. So that is what is the cleansing action of soap. So that's all for today's session. So I hope you might have liked it. If you have liked it, please do give me a huge thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel if you are new to it, and also please click the small bell notification for regular updates. Also share my video to other friends of yours. So I'll be uploading notes. Please go download it and read it. So see you on my next video. Till then, bye bye.